Attention, attention, attention. This is the Tao Net A of the day. I am your net controller. Team number 9, Yankee uniform, echo, echo, echo. If you're around and would like to check in, you may come now with your call sign phonetically. Reminder to all that our net is being recorded for training purposes. I already got TY26G and TY4HA. Anyone else want to check in? Please come now.
Team Yacht number 4, Lima Echo, India.
Okay, TY4. Oh, yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else? Check in, check in.
Ticket number 2, Foxtrot November Golf.
Oh, phone is here. Okay. Well, I was just thinking about you yesterday. Where'd you go? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else?
Juliet number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Okay, Kai, I got you. Hope you're doing better. Feeling better. Anyone else? Anyone else?
India number 3, Whiskey November Golf. I'll be listening in.
Oh, okay. Wing is here. Careful driving. I will put your name here, but if you don't say anything, then we'll just pass the mic. Anyone else want to join in? Anyone else? This is the net A of the day. This is the net A of the day official call out. If you would like to join, please come in. Okay, we will begin. So topics. Well, I have a lot of topics uh, because today we had some cases that popped up. First of all, when I wake up, well, before I wake up, Wing was calling for help, and I was uh, giving her the help and so on. So, hey, lots of stuff happening already to start the day. Now, relating to the lesson that Lei was getting online about how you say things, how you talk, how you act and talk, and so on, will greatly affect the Yun Sun relationship or the God relationship with you. Okay, so I woke up with like a disciple calling for help. You can be looking at it the like you can say, oh yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine with it, and then you keep talking about the bad side of it, like a negative way of looking at things, right? Oh, she always like call me and I cannot have my sleep, right? Like, yeah, I can say that, but instead of seeing that or even looking at that, I will look at the good side. So immediately, like my like the natural response is that I will look at it the positive way and say, "Oh, that's so good. Because of this, we have a case study today." And that makes myself happy. That makes my son happy, right? So I am focusing on what I can learn from it and what I am actually getting out of this. it's pretty good. And then later, oh, it's my catting time. Uh, so today I was kind of tired when I'm catting. So I myself was thinking maybe I just like do a little bit and then just leave half of it and stop there. Well, instead of like just deciding it based on what I feel, I went to ask the God. So I did a div, and the God say, "Nope." Okay, I go with it. I just keep pushing because the God say no, right? Hey, after I am done with all that and I sit down, I felt myself so recharged. Why is that so? It's weird. Like, yeah, I feel tired, and if I keep catting, I might like, kind of like go very sleepy and so on. Hey, but that didn't happen. I asked the God say continue, I continue. It made no sense at that time, but afterward, the feeling was like, wow, I got supercharged, like very energetic suddenly, like I have slept so much. It's weird, but that is the mindset, like you have to learn to be a Taoist. You cannot be so yourself. We never look at life ourselves. We look at what the God have to say and we follow it, and eventually you see a lot of good stuff happen. There we go. Let's pass the mic around to you, number two, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Yes, Ajahn. Well, that definitely goes into the lesson that you gave us about the divine aspect and how we could use the divination to find out the weather of ourselves. Because essentially, that is the way how. But from what I got from the lesson yesterday, it is not predictions, but is to check on what's going on with us because we are like our own little planet. Metaphorically, we have a lot of stuff going on that we're not aware of. We're not making our heartbeat, we're not consciously making our lungs move up and down, all this kind of happening through automatic response because we could be channeling energy down from the inside. So, we definitely need to figure out the weather forecast of what's going on with us. And as a sure way to figure out whether we should be powering through something or if we should take it easy. And the calendars definitely leave me very energized as well. Like every time I finish my calendar, I just have a lot of energy to complete whatever I need to do throughout the day. So the calendar is kind of like coffee for me. This is Tin at number two, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Uh, well, partially, right? Um, I was not even asking about my students and stuff because I already knew. Like, hey, look, I'm trying to do stuff and I don't see my Jingsan is here. Obviously, my Junsan is not doing well. It's like you don't even need to um, give to know about it. I know already based on what I observe, right? Like I try to think and I try to do get ideas and I see like the Junsan is lacking. But what I did was I went to the altar and I talked to the God about my situation. I say, "Oh, today, this happened, and I'm kind of tired. I'm thinking about like options. Should I be doing this?" And then I like, okay, this is what I thought. Now I want to know the God's advice, right? And the God say, "Now, it's okay. Just keep doing, right?" I didn't take that as like that's the condition of my Yun Sun because I already knew my Yun Sun is not doing well. Okay, so what happened is the gods gave me the answer of, nah, you should just continue. I followed the God advice, but the God also know that, my concern is that I'm feeling tired and all that crap, right? So what happened is I followed the God advice and the God tried to make it work for me. So for sure, the God is the one that kind of like push its power into me and make me feel so different. And that couldn't happen with myself, like my Yun San. No, it's not happening. I know my Yun San is like really doing bad today because I knew already from observing my own condition. Like I was very tanky, unable to focus, and like the essence is not coming. I try to think and then I doze off. Like that can happen, and your Yun San is not working well. So where did my so-called energy came from later on? It's like suddenly your height, like suddenly you feel pumped, hyped, energetic and so ready to work, that kind of vibe. Like suddenly you're so happy, it's so bright, and then it's like I know what to do. That's the kind of feeling. It's the God from the altar which I have asked help from. And that's why they're like, yeah, it's just, you keep doing your catting, it's fine. We'll take care of it. And then that's where the help comes from. So don't think of like, I'm checking up on the Yun Sun with the div. No, you're not. You're checking up on the God's advice, and the God is actually here to help you deal with the problem that you're facing. So we don't have to rely on our Yun Sun all the time, because the Yun Sun is like yourself, right? Why are you relying on yourself when there's a God? Crazy. Okay, T-net number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Yet number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. This was I definitely find myself sometimes asking, about different things. Like yesterday, I had a pretty rough day with people turning down, but Shadran straightened me out and said, "Hey, these people, you didn't lose anything. You didn't have a bad day. The company had a bad day. You had no day. You had a great day. You got paid. Don't worry, you're doing good." And I think because we have such a limited vision, that it's important to establish that relationship with our God so that we can continue to kind of navigate things as they go along. But I wanted to write, this was so cute this morning. I saw this couple on one of my feeds, and it reminded me so much of Lei Shadi and Wing Shamya. And the woman was walking past her husband to see if he would notice her. And I guess they must do this often, so they must know, their pattern or something. But he noticed her right away, and he walks up on her, and he says, "Hey, where are you going?" And she says, I don't talk to strangers. I don't." And he says, "Oh, he says something. He says something to her about, well, do you live alone? And stuff." It was such a cute. It was so cute, and I just thought it was so. It was so nice because even when we're not paying attention, sometimes we orient ourselves, and we hope that the God notices us, and we know that we have this relationship, and maybe that's like that with each other. Maybe we recognize this in ourselves, and so maybe that we can reach out and do this kind of thing often. So anyway, kind of unrelated, but I thought it was really cute. So Tanya, number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Uh-huh. Um, well, the relationship between us and our God, it's based on faith. We say that all the time, right? And faith is kind of like a belief that you don't need evidence, you don't need you don't need anything, proof or whatever. There's no reason to. Like, why should I keep catting today? Why? There's no why. You just do it, right? And the thing is, like, because you listen to the God, so the God is like, okay, now you listen to me. I'll try to make what you follow turn out to be good, so that you will like asking me for more advice later, right? It's like you ask me, Sajon, right? You ask me for help. I might just say something like without even thinking. And if you listen, then I'll be like, oh my God, you actually do it? Okay, well, I got to really come help you to make it work then. You see, like that is faith. That is how our relationship with the God works. So don't think about like, what would he do? What would the God do? Why does he give me this advice? There's no why. Because you listen, then the God's job is like they will try to make it work out for you. It's a very magical feeling, when you do it all the time and you witness it all the time. It's magical. I would say like, oh yeah, the God, like in theory, the God don't know anything in D8. They don't see anything in D8. Like in theory, it's like that. But there are many times that is like very hard to explain, such as I have like this urge to buy a magical tool, and then I was like, yeah, I really want to buy this one. And then I asked the God, should I get it? I feel that is a great deal, right? And then the God is like, no, no. I'm like, I'm so yippy. Okay, fine, right? And then kind of put it away. And after a day or two, you go search again, and then hey, there's another link. This one looks pretty good, and you ask the guy. The guy's like, "Yeah, this is a good time." Okay, so it's a good time. Why? And then turn out the first link was like, "It doesn't ship to your address." But like, how did the god know? Well, I don't know, but it's just always like that. So I learned from experience. I'm just like, yeah, they know. Just listen to them. It's always right. TJ number 4, Lima Echo India.
Tenya number 4, Lima Echo India. Yes, John. Yeah. I have to say, like, I guess I've been like when it comes to like money and job and stuff like that, like I'm 24/7 yippy about it. Like I'm always complaining. I guess that's I try to break out of it, but like for example, like the Uber thing, like I get into it for like a week and try to say all the good things and positive things, and then um one week, like after that one week, I kind of crash, and I just don't care no more than and then the passengers like try to talk to me, I'd be ignoring them and stuff like that. Like I just went on crashing mode and I just crash out in front of like everybody and just don't care no more and just driving like, all right, here you go, your next destination. Um, then it kind of leads to because I'm working all 7 days and um like online, like, yeah, I'm getting $500 or whatever, but in the back of my mind or like inside, I'm like, this is fucking slave work. Like I can't take a break. And then it leads to the job here, like this ain't enough money. And then yeah, it goes in that pattern. And yeah, it goes to like that. Um like it's like every time I get scolded, but I try to change, but like after a while it goes back to negative again. Um so yeah, I need to fix that. I don't and then recently, like after the change where the company contract like goes like they change in contract because the company I work for now, they lost the contract, so eventually it goes to a new company or something like that. So or they might just see what happens or whatever, but the PTO is gone and stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta work all 7 day. I need a break. I'm trying to use all my PTO. So that kind of leads to that me wanna look for a new job. Um, yeah, like, but I'm kind of like in a negative zone, like when I'm commenting and all that, like all the time. I
You got cut off just now.
Oh, I think the my internet shut down for some reason, but Tenya number 4, Lima Echo India.
Internet shut down. Oh my, is your power okay? um, yeah, I heard your message. Um, well, you see, let's compare to, let's say, a guy learning kung fu. Okay, and this guy is trying to do the horse stance, and then he's like, "Yeah, I can keep it going," and then do the horse stance. And after a while, his leg is tired, so he's like, shit, I'm giving up. Yeah, so it keep repeating like that. So I can do it for like 30 minutes, and then I give up, and then I'll do it, and I'll give up. Well, you see, the problem is every time when you're struggling, like, okay, you're doing good, right? Trying to be positive. That's good. That's like you're keeping up the horse stance. Like eventually you'll reach a point where like you fail because your heart don't have enough energy to keep going. Your heart is like weak, right? And then uh-oh, your leg is shaking. I cannot stand up anymore. And then I drop, right? So what does it mean? It means that you need to try again, right? You need to recover and try again, recover and try again, and eventually you see, up to a point, the whole stand is getting easier and easier over time because you're actually building up your power as you go through the hurdle like that, right? It's a process. So when you are like getting negative, it's like your leg have no more power, you just drop, right? But you have to pick yourself back up and then keep working on the positive so that you can extend that period, right? And eventually you'll be like me, like being able to be positive for a very long time without actually dropping, because hey, you finally got to the point where like you have removed all the bads in you. Now, Lei, you got to know how many years you have been a human before you are here. How many years have you went through with bad virtues, bad parents, bad friends, bad everything, right? And no one is actually teaching you how to be good, how to be having good virtue. So your true self has a lot of blood toxin, like the bad blood inside yourself. Now you try to change, right? Those things are going to kill you. It's going to fight. It's going to become like a resistance. And that is why you feel the push backward. So what you're doing every time you try to like, you fall back to the trap and then you come back up, you fall and you come back up. As long as you know you need to come back up, it's fine. You're getting stronger every time and you're improving. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Senior number 2, Foxtrot November Golf. Senior number 2, Foxtrot November Golf.
Kenya number 2, Foxtrot November Golf. Sorry, I trying to press the thing, the speaker by press one, but anyways, yes, I agree with the virtues. I felt like that I have lived as human so long and a lot of lessons in my life. I definitely need to do it correctly somehow. Like the way I handling stuff. I try to listen to my I guess I try to communicate to my God too. The next few months I definitely need a lot of support in terms of I have some paperwork that I have to supply to the CRA. So I'm working really hard. Sometimes it's not easy to motivate myself. I feel like, somehow that I always have somebody watching at the backs. I want to do it right. I thought I did it right, but anyway, it seemed like this thing's um, always request me to do supplements, what for the paperwork. So, um, can I, like, is there a way that I try to ask, but then I don't know how to interpret the answers. I'm trying to focus to say, okay, where do I find this and how do I make it right? So when I submit it, I don't have to go through the whole process again, or they keep going back and forth. So, my tax paper. So I have within 2 months to providing that. So these days, sometimes I got really headache because I have to think and too many things I have to worry. So, all in all, I really trying to find a way that not only motivate myself, ask for help, and at least clear my head out. um I try to think, I try not to think something a lot of time, but then if I don't think, I write down the stuff that I think that I needed. So yes, I need a way to find how to interpret the answers when I'm communicate with God or my Yunsan, but then my Yunsan is not fully trained, or obviously I don't have enough knowledge and wisdom to listen to my own Yunsan. So I do these days I try to communicate and ask, but the problem is I know I missed half of the lesson yesterday with regard to the divination, the yang and the yin of the hexagram. I'm gonna go back and listen to it because I wanna know the like the correct way to do it, so I don't have to suffer later, because this seems to be a repeating circles. Back to you, Sejan. Team yet number 2, Foxtrot November Golf.
From what you have been struggling with is the D8 issues. Why are you using a div? It's a wrong tool. You need ChatGPT. If you have not yet, go sign up. It's about $20 a month, and it will solve your problem right away. This is the way to do it. Back then, Wing was doing the divorce paper, and she is like all confused too. I said, "Hey, use the ChatGPT to help you," and the ChatGPT really helps. So you should try that. That is what we all use in today's society, right? So when you're doing something in D8 and you don't understand how to do it, especially government stuff, tax and whatever, right? Even investment, you can ask ChatGPT for advice, and you just need to learn how to ask your question properly, and it will come back with very good results. So yeah, go search up ChatGPT if that's what you need. Uh, Even like fixing things at home, fixing your car or whatever, right? Those D8 issues, ask the AI. Don't try to diff about it. It's the wrong tool. Uh, uh, Team number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Team number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Like to treat everybody in the net and start to catch up. I will try to be a little bit short because I've got a lot of things to say or to address in the net at this moment. Starting with the topic based on what Lei Sahong and in the net information that Saturn was mentioning, advising him about being less negative, and even Saturn did mention that he mustn't be put negative stuff on his young son. In this topic, let me relate it to my side because it's very important to say. I'm gonna try to be short. During that period that I was initiated, I remember I'm a lot different from that time, which led to the point whereby I did made an assumption that you can improve automatically when you get into the lineage. Like that was at least my impression, because I had a lot of negative thoughts in the beginning when I entered the lineage, but now I'm feeling like I'm feeling very happy. I mean, like I'm not the same as I was in the beginning. Even my thoughts are different. I'm more positive. So I did assume that maybe that I did get some help. I don't know, from the gods, or I don't know. I'm just making an assumption. And then another concern that I needed to address very quickly. It's about like opening the case, like in the like you bring the case to Saturn, and then after a while, maybe you were talking about the career about maybe 3 months back, and then after 3 months, you tend to forget all that about that case, and then you start to focus what is happening now, and then you forgot. Because if I recall, I had a situation about about the that I did mention in the beginning about the house, selling the house and stuff. I don't know if because I did mention that my house was sold. I don't know if that case maybe was reported to the courts, whether it was closed or so. Because I was hoping to get a house maybe by the other woman, but it turned out there's a house. Like for example, now we are staying by my biological father's house at this moment, at this particular. I don't know where the case, like whether the case will be closed or something. So I need um some information about such things, such matters. Janet number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you. I think I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, you should talk about those online as well. It's something that is good to put in black and white. Um, Easier to backtrack, and also, wow, your dog is so noisy at night. The- I cannot imagine how you can sleep with the dog barking like that. You said that you cannot sleep yesterday. I wonder, is it like the dog is so noisy all day long or something like that? But while I'm listening to you, I hear all that dog barking, and you have a sleep problem, and well, obviously you guys are not really having much luck from the pre-heaven side from your own life. Uh, so given all that, I would like say I suggest no pets in the house, because the pets require you to give your blood and your chi to the pet when you're good, and then they will help you absorb some of the yip. But at the same time, it seems like you cannot afford that at the same time. So uh your situation, I really don't suggest having pets at home. It's not really going to help, but harm. So that is one thing to think about. Maybe your kids are not going to be happy about it, but well, I mean, they're not the owner of the house, and they don't know anything. So yeah, if I am like looking at your case, I would say get rid of the things that drains your energy all the time. You're already like flashing red light, and it's like so showing you a big signal right here that hey, you're in deep shit mode, and you cannot afford those pets bringing more, like draining out your life more like that. So yeah, maybe think about that part to change your lifestyle a little bit so that you can finally regroup a little bit better. Uh, Tina number 3, Whiskey November Golf.
Vignette number 3, Whiskey November Golf. Um, I'm like listening to this and I'm all like, huh, I am a positive person. I would like to say I'm a very positive person, but I think I'm an overly positive person, which is crazy because I feel like before, when I was growing up, I was never a positive person. I was a very pessimistic and I never saw the good in things until like I started, I moved out of my ex family's home and I was like, well, you know what? Like, that place was shit, but I'm kind of grateful because everything I did in high school to kind of like get myself out of that situation, like getting a job and also doing a lot of sports and clubs and stuff like that. That's what got me out of the home because I put it on my resume and all my applications, and that's what got me into the school that I wanted to get into. And then when I was in college, I always had that mindset of like, you know what, if I put my mind to it, like this sucks, but if I keep on going, it gives me what I need for right now and for growth. And I'm still kind of that person, but I think I overdo it to the point where like I think it's a lot of over resilience. Like, you know what, it sucks, but I can keep on pushing myself, but I'm pushing myself beyond my limits on what I can handle, but still go through it. And I think that's what gets me like feeling physically sick too. Um, and now I'm kind of like still kind of learning on how to slow down and how to stop moving. And meanwhile, too, it's like I'm a very undecisive person. And before it was just like, okay, if I didn't know, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. And then if things all go bad, I'll fix it. But now I think I'm getting a little bit better about giving and asking the gods for help, and also asking for help online as well, and being very dependable with the lineage, because before I wasn't always like that. It was always like I had to figure it out on my own, and I had to, go through it on my own. But now I'm all like, you know what? I don't have to. These options are laid out for me. If they're laid out for me, why don't I just use them? And it has taken a lot of weight off my shoulders, and I'm seeing the change. But I still think like there is some room for improvement. But I'm glad that like again, like the lineage is here to hold me accountable for some of those things and help me with my growth. Um, but yeah, back to you. Tinya, number 3, Whiskey, November, Golf.
Nice. You're here. Yes, Wing is overly positive, and I have to mention that I taught Lei today to be positive. It's only to the party that you should be positive to. So that means it's a kind of like what we say respect, right? The God is good to you. The God help you. So you should be positive to the God. That means respect. It's like the God gave you the help. Why, like Bear was saying, right? The God help you to get this job. Why are you complaining and all that? Like they did something good for you, you should be positive in return. This is called respect. But it's like, hey, your ex-husband, the 8K, is so bad to you. Why are you giving him the nice side? Why are you doing positive, right? You're not supposed to. He give you shit, you give him shit, right? It's supposed to be like that. But you see, your Saturn or the Tao is like constantly giving you help, support the good side, right? So you return with positive. Okay, so it's not about like, oh, everything happened in life, I just like be positive. No, it's not. You got to know where it came from. Who are you being positive to? Okay, we are being positive to our Yun Sun because we have to know that the Yun Sun is helping you, right? So you be positive to it and continue that help. So I'm not telling everyone just to be blindly be positive about anything. You have to look at what you're being positive to. Okay, you be positive too, like the good people, the good God, those are who are good to you. So yeah. Now not to be nice to those people, the assholes and the ex family and those people who I said, hey, they are bad to you. Why are you so good to them, right? It make no sense. Anyway, let's see if anyone want to check in, check in, check in. Please come now. Okay, moving back to the top. Senior number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Yes, Ajwan. That is definitely a good lesson, and to be observant of what energy is coming towards you. Well, I actually mean, well, should I use chi in this sense when somebody's giving you good chi, or is it considered energy? I'm not too sure. Maybe you could correct me on that. But yeah, if somebody treats you good, you be respectful. And that's a really good perspective that you say. Like, if the gods help you with something, you don't want to be complaining about it because it's like it kind of reminds me of people I would help in the past, and they would complain about the help that I gave them when I gave you exactly what you wanted, and they would be naggy about it. And I think that is why it takes a very high level of awareness and maturity to understand what you're asking for, because most people just ask for stuff that they have no business asking. Things that are detrimental to them, things that are toxic to them, and yeah, I believe it takes a level of maturity to know that, yeah, maybe I should not be staying up late, partying, doing all these dumb stuff. That's not really serving me, you know, and it's cultivating the virtues and the habits that is going to help you cultivate a better today and tomorrow. And yeah, maybe you could correct me in that part about the chi and the energy part. Like when somebody's giving you a good response, would that be considered chi as well? Is that energy? Back to you. This is Tenny at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Okay, good point. Chi is like the wind. It moves and pushes things. It can move it fast or move it slow. But the quality of the thing is based on the blood. A good blood is like helpful to you. It vitalizes like it helps you to grow, right? Good for you. Bad blood is like it goes to you and harm you. But the chi controls like is it going in, out, fast, slow? It's a movement. Okay, so the chi is used to move to to like process, but the actual thing is the blood. So you can say that when you talk about virtue, right, you have to look at like the other party that you're dealing with. If they are like giving you toxic, toxic blood, right? That means what does it mean by like toxic blood? It means that when you put your God into them and the God finished the job, it comes back to you with a bad fruit. Okay, it brings back some bad result. For example, like you said, a friend asks you for help. You send your God to help, right? So how do you do that? Well, you have to put your faith, your heart, your focus, right? All that into helping. And then you hope to achieve that. Okay, you try to do it, and then after you're done, they are like replying you or giving you a feedback that hurt your feeling. Okay, so they're like, ah, why are you helping me like this? It's so ugly and things like that. Now that is toxin. Okay, so you can say this guy is toxic to me, and because they're toxic, is bad. So you can tell that you should not be giving any good virtue for this guy. You should like actually kick his ass, and not want any more from him. So remember that the chi moves the blood, and with more chi, the blood moves faster. With less chi, the blood moves slower. Right? Sometimes the chi can also be stuck, like there's no wind, and then the blood clog and stay, or maybe it just like the water is not moving, the blood just like kind of stay there. That can happen as well. So when there's no wind, no chi, the blood, which is like the water, will just stay there and not move. And then it becomes like the white hay, right? It becomes like stagnant like that. Let's move on to your number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Um, I wanted to think about the self-talk. Sometimes that does get in the way. But I do know that we're not supposed to really engage ourselves on that talking. We're supposed to try to ignore that and not uh, do that, because it tends to lead us into an even deeper spiral. Whereas if we just see it and recognize it and then say, oh, yeah, I have something negative coming in, or I have something that I don't like, or could possibly lead me away from my goal. I think that was one of the things that Chitron always teaches us, is anything that's taking us away from our goal is evil, and other things that are taking us closer to or take us away from the Tao are evil. So I struggle sometimes with hearing or listening or things that come up in my mind that will, like, sometimes they'll say, oh, you should just get a different job, this thing is just not working. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, this is not what I think it is. And then I have to really stop and just say I'm not listening to any of that. So I think not paying as close attention to negative things that come up, and it's very hard to do. I think it requires some discipline in order to check yourself of saying, am I getting closer to my goal, or is this taking it farther away from my goal? And that might help. So Tina at number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Why do you need to use the word negative? Why can't you say bad? Is bad like too dumbed down or too kiddo or not fancy enough? I realize that a lot of you like to say negative thoughts and positive thoughts. Can you be bad and good? Ah, the the description need to change. Good is because things are like helping you to achieve the goal. Bad is that it's destroying or pushing you away from reaching the goal. So don't use the word negative so abusively, like it just means bad. It doesn't. Okay. Negative and positive is a polarity, and it's supposed to be sucking in or giving out. So don't use this word so like vaguely and abusively, and mind your words. Um, so you mentioned like the self-talk and all that. Well, here you go. Something from Bear online. She just messaged one to one. So she's giving you guys some examples of herself. Okay. So she would like so she have things that she have to do every day, right? Like bath, catting, change tea, or go to the altar and things like that, right? You need to do that all the time. Like that. It's like a daily thing. But sometimes, the feeling is like or the situation is kind of different. For example, you come home and you might feel like I really want to bath first because I'm so sticky and stuff like that. Should I bath or should I burn incense first? Like you think that you're sticky, so you should bath first and then so on. What she would do is she would just ask the God. You don't have to think. Why do you need, right? Go to the altar, do a div, and the God say, okay, do this first, that first, then you're done. You just follow it, and it's okay. Why not, right? And so sometimes it's like she asks the order of things right now, and later when it's like closer to the time she's actually doing it, she might div again to see if the God have changed their idea, right? So the God say, yeah, you do this, 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 and this. Okay, that's a suggestion. I'll go by it. I do one, and then when I'm about to do two, maybe the things change, right? I go and div again. Oh, the God say do the same thing. Okay, or the God say change our plan. Okay, we'll follow. She followed the plan of the God like that. So instead of like thinking, right? We Taoists need to know that you cultivate a God, and a God is not a decoration. You're supposed to use it. So how do you use it? Right? Do a div. Ask the God for its advice and see what it say, instead of thinking it about it yourself. Especially like job change and all that kind of thing. It's about your life, your direction, right? So you should ask the God right away. Um, Tina number 4, Lima Echo India.
Kenya number 4, Lima, Echo, India. Uh, yeah, I need to really do that. Because sometime like yeah, like sometime like when I try to like fit time in for something and I don't get to do it, I get like the same way. I get all yippy and I'm complaining in the back, and then what ends up happening is like I'm supposed to go to sleep, but then I end up watching a movie or something regardless. because I ran out of time to do it like that day. So it's like I try to do this, and I wanted to like watch, play video games or watch TV or something. Um, time for it. So what I do is like what I used to do is like screw it, I'm gonna go watch TV anyways. And then I go to sleep like that. I probably need a like div like that order to do that and maybe I can fit things in. Tinyat Lima Echo Tinyat number 4 Lima Echo India.
Uh-huh. What you're doing, you're like, screw it, I'll do this. You're like rebellious mode. You're trying to rebel against your time, and you're trying to fight against your time. You're trying to fight against the yunsan as well. That is a very bad virtue. Uh, it's not good to do. So what I would do is, well, I have a plan for the day, but the plan can be changed and adjusted. It's not a fixed schedule, not like, at work where you're fixed. So if there are things that can be worked around, or maybe I'll do this first or do that first, you can always do a div to see what the gods say, right? And like yesterday, I have to iron my clothing, and well, apparently things online kind of like took up my time. So I was like, should I do it this time, that time, right? Instead of like thinking about it yourself, you might as well ask the God and get an answer. It's much better, and eventually it will work out too, because you get used to the style, like the lifestyle. It's like I'll just do what the God say. You know, you're like, I just take the order and act, right? So whatever the God say, I just try to make it happen. My job is to make what the God say happen. When your mindset is like that, you don't have the feeling of like what I want to do. It's more like the God say this, I'll do this. And because you're used to that kind of mindset, you don't really get frustrated about what you have not achieved, because whatever you have not achieved, just tell the God, oh, I did this and there's no more time for that. Should I do this or that now? Like, what should I do now? The God say do this, okay, I'll do that. The God say go tanking, I'll go tanking, right? You have to accept and not fight the what the gods say. Then you feel that life is much easier, because whatever the gods say, just do it. Your mind is like all on executing, right? It's like the people who work as a worker, they don't do like planning for the business. They just focus on going to work and get the job done, right? And that is how they should be doing things. Tina number 2, Foxtrot November Golf.
Tina, number 2, Foxtrot November Golf. Yes, when I hear about the employment and new job, I have stagnated. I guess I don't know if it's stagnant or not, but over the last almost 10 years, I stay in one place. I try to apply new job, but it doesn't seem to be any luck, or I try to enhance myself for a skill set and prepare for the job. But the last 2 years, I didn't have any luck. So I just did a quick diff for changing job or not. Um, would you be able to help me, Sichuan, or I can ask online? Is the one that Yang Yin Yang. I trying to move to a different ministry from where I'm at. I've been with this health related industry for, well, 10 years for this, almost 10 years for this job. I trying to go up because I felt like that my managers and my upper management, they always give me a lot of responsibility. So with my classification is a bit lower. I
You got cut off.
Sorry, I think something wrong with my Zello. I have to hold the button to talk. But yes, I'm trying to find a new job. So I did a quick diff. Is Yang Yin Yang? With that, I really want to change job this year. I've been applying, but so far I haven't heard anything. I guess because we're in the middle of negotiation with the unions. So that's probably why. But I'm hoping to get a better paying job with less responsibilities. And I felt stagnant. Is this the A problem too? I will look into the AI stuff and enhance myself. Back to you, Sejan. Team yet number two, Foxtrot November Golf.
Okay, not sure how you get the result, but based on your div result, it is definitely not a time to look for any job. You're not going to get any luck on that. Okay. Um, okay, so you gave me the three line, positive, negative, positive, right? So the D6 line is negative. It means that there's no connection in the middle. So if you're trying to find something, so imagine like I'm trying to go on the internet to find things, and the D6 is like your internet is shut down. There's no signal, right? So how can you find anything? Um, so it's not a good time to find things for sure. But again, I don't know how you do the div. So yeah, there could be. Well, you can bring it up again, in JOG, and we can do a live div for that. Maybe in class or something. That will work. Okay. Senior number two, Kilo Alpha India.
Senior number two, Kilo Alpha India. I would like to agree about that idea. I was also thinking about the same thing about having the pets, but the children, yeah, they really like those the pets because I'm also a pet person. But obviously, I always weigh my option. I can't have a dog when I cannot afford it. But the children obviously don't agree upon. They don't look at it the same way. Yes, that is true. What you were saying earlier about having pets if you cannot afford them, they are very draining. Because my situation is not there. It doesn't match the having the pets. It's true what you were saying earlier, and Yun San part. I want to go to the Yun San. I believe that it's the first time I'm hearing about the Yun San. Since it's only that during the time I joined the lineage that I'm hearing about the Yun San. But when I'm looking back and I realize the Yun San was there, obviously it was there, and then I believe after a while when my Yun San started to have issues, maybe it started to guide me to the right people so that it can be attended to. Because obviously, I won't say there's anybody who will be aware of such up until I joined the lineage and then hearing about it. And then I know now that it does exist and it needs an attention. Maybe it was the Yunsan, I believe. I don't know about your opinion on that idea. Tango Yengi 2 Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Okay. First of all, the Yun San cannot see anything in D8, and it doesn't know me, so the Yun San cannot like guide you to me. But the Yun San can guide you to like a direction. Like it's kind of like saying, um, I don't know every woman in this world, and then you ask me to find you like a good wife, right? And I would say, okay, you need a wife that has these criteria, and then you over there go around and look at like the criteria and find a woman that fit And then you're like, okay, I found one. That's good. Now you found what you need, right? So the Yun San giving you help is like that because the Yun San don't know or don't see anything in D8 here. So what it can give you is like a guideline, and you are the one to take the guideline and manifest into actual thoughts, actual work. You actually have to go around, look around, right? If I am not around, you might find another person that kind of fit the criteria. Maybe not perfect, but it is about that kind of thing, right? Then you might be joining another lineage or whatever, right? Who knows? Um, so you cannot say the Yunsen guide you to here directly, but the Yunsen was definitely giving you some idea, some criteria so that you can walk to the right path. Tia number 3, Whiskey November Golf. Tia number 3, Whiskey November Golf. Okay, probably still driving. Anyone else want to check in? Anyone else? Okay, well, we have like 1 minute, so I will use up this 1 minute. Um, yeah, today we're about the virtue, respect, the Yun San, right? So we have to remember a few key points here. Being positive is to the party that is being good to you. The Yun San is good to you, right? So you have to be positive, or actually more like respectful, we should say, right? And mine are words positive, negative doesn't really mean good or bad. So we should use the word good or bad more. Instead of saying like negative thoughts, we can say like some bad thoughts. Okay, evil thoughts, evil wind, toxic blood. We can use more words like that, which is a little bit more accurate in terms of how to describe things that we're encountering. Um, and also, we talk about one important thing is that the blood and the chi, right? The chi move and push the blood forward. The blood is the actual thing that goes into it and then make it good or bad. The good blood help to grow. Bad blood kills and damage. So when you have like bad blood going into you, you start to see things going wrong, right? It's going bad. So the amount of chi behind the blood determines how fast you're getting it, or is it actually not moving? And so the bad blood is kind of like clogged up. So chi can move the blood. Blood is the actual thing that is good or bad. Okay, so it is now 2:01 p.m. We'll end the net here, 73 to all, and we'll see you on net B or back online. This is Team Jet number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo, Echo, Echo.
Team Jet number 4, Lima Echo India.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.